Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Lexus IS350 F Sport. Huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This IS350 is finished off in ultra white. They have a starting MSRP right over $41,000. And this is powered by the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 311 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the rear wheels. This weighs in right around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds with a top speed of 143 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 17.2 gallons. You'll expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city, 28 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 110.2 inches. Its overall length is 185.4. It has a width of 72.4, a height of 56.6, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.5 inches. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling for the F Sport model, this also comes with a different suspension, and it has the limited slip differential, of course, with the F Sport badges as well. And coming back to the front, you'll notice we have the very large and prominent hourglass design for the grille. With the forward sensor, there's a camera just above that. Plenty of cutouts in that grille as well, and everything is finished off in gloss black, which is a great contrast with this ultra white. Now, this also has the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with that very prominent and distinctive DRL. And then there's also some inlets in the lower corners there with some more gloss black. And then really nice lines that come to the points of that hourglass and extend all the way to the base of the hood there. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a very nice set of wheels with that multi-spoke design to them. There's that F Sport badge, and then we have a triple design for these side mirrors with the body color, the chrome, and the gloss black, as well as the camera and the turn signal. There's a sunroof up top, more brushed chrome surrounding all the window trim, which matches nicely with these wheels, and then some nice lines running in the lower section of those doors. And then as we work our way to the back, this has a gloss black trunk mounted spoiler. There's also LEDs with that bar that runs right through the trunk. We have the backup camera, all of the sensors, dual exhaust, and more gloss black for that lower bumper there. And then to work our way to the cargo, you can just use that button up underneath. And this is a vehicle that you are going to daily drive. It's a sedan that has a good bit of storage to it. You can also fold down the back seats, and there is a little bit of a step up, but you can still place in some larger items as needed. And then you do get a spare tire with a little bit more storage underneath the floor. Now, it's not a power operated trunk, but you can grab that handle and easily close it up. Now, as we work our way to the interior, this particular model is finished off in all black. So we have that for the door panel along with some of the gray stitching. There's one speaker. It would be nice to see some storage in the door panel. I'm not sure why that is eliminated. But then we have the very nice leather seats. And at 5'10", hopping into the back, it's pretty spacious. It is a little bit on the smaller side, but I have plenty of room for my feet. There is this bulge right in the middle here, so your middle seat passenger will have a foot on both sides. You get some climate vents, you get storage pockets too. And then at my height, I have maybe a ½ inch, if that, above my head. I can sit upright and be comfortable, so I could fit back here and ride around town as needed. There's also the armrest with the cup holders that pop out of the end there. And then here's a look at visibility from the back seats. It's pretty open feeling. It is a little bit on that tighter side, but it's definitely doable if you're looking for a smaller sedan. Now we have all the memory seating adjustments along with your side mirror controls, window adjustments, and then you get storage up front. There's the F Sport badge, and then all of the adjustments for your power front seats, which have a similar design, of course. It's also a low vehicle, so it's easy to enter, and we have the solid and perforated F Sport steering wheel. But let's fire this up and take a listen to that NA V6. And as we come back to the gauge cluster now, you'll notice the tach is currently front and center. There's fuel on the right side, engine temperature on the left side, and then you can use these arrows here to further go through this information. So right now, just by scrolling down, you have a few icons that you can monitor just underneath miles per hour there. And then if you push on the pages button, you can actually push that entire tach to the right. where now you can look at all of your different standard safety features that you can monitor and adjust. And then you can go through some of the same information that I just showed. However, there are some icons that are new because we have the larger screen. So it's nice, depending on the info that you need to get through, you can put that back, have that front and center. Also over on the right side, you have your lane keeping and distance pacing, cruise control is down below. There's also paddle shifters on both sides. And then you have all of your audio adjustments, Bluetooth and voice commands. Now on this left side, there's a view button. So if you push on that, this is the camera system. So you get this view. You also have two different angles. So you can look at it this way, or you can look at the entire vehicle with what's currently around it. So that just gives you another aid in visibility, especially in parking lot situations. There's also a rear sunshade. So you can put that up and down as needed just to get a little bit more protection from the sun. You have your automatic headlights as well as your odometer. There's one air vent. And then working our way back to the infotainment system, this is a touchscreen system, and you do have info on the right side that you can also pull up. If you don't want to show that, push on the bottom button and that will expand to a larger view here, where you can also use the controls down below. So if I push on menu, I can pull up all this information to swipe through using that trackpad. Projection is how you can pair your phone to the system. You have some apps you can get into, even all of your climate adjustments that you can further adjust. So it's a pretty easy system to use and to be able to go through all of that. There's also a clock underneath that with an air vent on both sides. All of the physical buttons for your climate, so you have temperature, fan speed, and all of those. There is a CD player still for this 24-year model. You have your adjustments for all of that. This also gets heated and ventilated seats, as well as having a heated steering wheel. And then we have the backup camera with that top-down view. And then when you put it into drive, you have the forward-facing camera. You can also adjust that to be automatic. So at slower speed situations, it will automatically pop up. You can also shift using the shifter or those paddle shifters, of course. And then to the right, we have the different driving modes. So you have Sport S, Sport S Plus, there's also Eco, and then your normal mode. And then behind that, we have a snow mode. There's traction control, auto hold, 2 cup holders. You get a lot of auxiliaries with some extra storage in the armrest there, as well as plenty in the glove box. Garage door buttons are also up top. We have touch sensitive dome lights, and then controls for the sunroof and the sunshade there. And then here's a look at visibility. Pretty easy to see over the right side, and then just as easy to see over that left. As we set off now behind the wheel for the very popular IS350, this is a vehicle that I think a lot of people really enjoy because we have that NA V6. This isn't the most powerful vehicle in its class, but it's still very fun to drive. It handles incredibly well with that F-Sport tuned suspension. And while we don't have as much power because we have that NA V6, it's still going to give you a sporty drive. Now, if you're looking for more power, you can go with the IS500, which has the V8, so you can get a little bit more bump in that power. But it would be nice to see Lexus incorporate maybe some kind of hybrid system in the IS models, because they're starting to do that in a lot of other trim levels and models. So maybe at some point, hopefully 2025 can be a complete refresh and design for the IS. It has been out for nearly 10 years, I believe. I think it's right around there, give or take a few years. And so it really hasn't changed over that time frame. We've had a few refreshes and things like that, but nothing as far as the powertrain or transmission, anything like that goes. So I'm not knocking this car. It's a great car, very popular, fun to drive. But I would like to see more power. Maybe a non-F Sport can have an engine like this, and then the F Sport can have some kind of hybrid or something with a little bit more power. But aside from that, it's a nice sedan to drive. It's on the smaller side, so if you're not looking for a big sedan, it's still pretty practical for the sizing and what you get. And it's also very nice to drive. You are getting, a lot of people comment, a glorified Camry. It's still about the same. It has a little bit more luxury features. Some of the tech and everything is going to be similar, but I think it's a nice vehicle. If you want to step up just a little bit compared to the Toyota versions, this is a great vehicle. And there's not too much that's kind of hard to use. Everything is laid out incredibly well. So if you're also looking for a vehicle that not only has that incredibly reliable NA V6, but you want something that doesn't have a million different bells and whistles, that's what you are going to get from this Lexus. It also sounds pretty good too for the V6. We don't have an upgraded exhaust or any exhaust modes or anything. But the seats are very comfortable. I like the bolstering support that they have to offer. And while we're still in Sport S Plus, second gear, here we go. And a nice mild acceleration. We are up to speed. Paddles also do a really good job as well. So like I said earlier, with this being a sporty style sedan, you have all of those characteristics for a vehicle like that without having an overabundance of power, or you have manageable power with this, and you get those sporty handling characteristics. So it's a really good blend with all of that, and definitely very quick for this type of vehicle. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the IS350 F Sport. I do wish it was a bit louder. Even the IS500 isn't that loud with the V8. But it's a little bit more of the luxury style, giving you some of those handling and sporty aspects to it. And a nice mild acceleration from third gear. It's fun. I can definitely see the appeal for this car if you want something that is reliable and something that is going to last a long time. You have the Lexus reliability, so you can have a sedan that you don't have to worry about. You get that peace of mind. We also have a very tight turning radius too, so very maneuverable in slower speed situations. But I'm sure you throw in an exhaust, this will sound that much better. And we just have a nice driving vehicle. Something you can daily drive, rack up the miles on, and just have a really nice solid sedan. That is going to wrap it up for the 2024 Lexus IS350 F Sport. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.